Peace, guys. How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm re-recording uh, the video that I did the other day that wouldn't upload right to YouTube. So I decided to re-record it. I mentioned something in the community post, so this is a re-recording of that video. In the thumbnail, you can see me by like a waterfall and nature and stuff. That picture is just from when I was trying to re-record it, but re-record it previous to this re-recording. So it's been I don't know. This video is giving me a lot of bad luck, I guess. And it's fitting too because of the topic and the what I'm trying to express. It's just hilarious, it really is. But so in this video, we want to talk about how to build your own astral grid. The title of the video, I think I'll still run with the idea of titling it how to build your own astral grid, so that can catch the awareness and attention and consciousness of the certain types of people that this is more resonating with. This video isn't for everybody, as you know. It's only for maybe 1 in 1,000 people, 1 in 100,000 people, for all I know. But there's not a lot of people interested in this topic. But it's such a huge topic and such an important topic, especially if you are focused on advancing your consciousness after this physical experience. When I make videos talking about astral reality constructs, or ARCs, or now I'm bringing up the topic more of astral grid work. They're connected, they're a similar thing, but they are definitely different and separate from each other. An astral grid requires multiple astral reality constructs within the structure of that astral grid. And so the only way, as it's been done before, how else do you think all of the different planes and dimensional spaces and things that are all around us, how else do you think they came to be, over a lot of time? It's because certain beings, or a being, realized what it would take to create its own plane of existence. Or in this case, we're talking about a astral grid, which is almost like creating your own plane, or creating your own dimensional space. And the only way to achieve it and to be successful with making a astral grid is to have individual creator beings, just individual consciousness, souls, where they have their own astral reality constructs, all interlinked within one grid-like pattern. And there's many different structures to help bind all of these astral reality constructs together. When I'm on a body, or just the stuff that I've learned over time, is polygonal structures. Polygonal structures are, strong structures. I mean, the strongest structure that's a polygon is a pyramid. Or not a pyramid, but a triangle, pardon me. So a triangle, being, three-sided, is considered to be one of the strongest polygonal, shapes. And then you have, of course, the pentagon. You have a 5-sided polygon, which is a pentagon. You have a 6-sided polygon, which is a hexagon. Those are really popular shapes that are used. I mean, like soccer balls have the 5-sided pentagon in the pattern of the ball. You've probably seen those. You have octagons, 8-sided, decagons, 10 sides, and then you have a 12-sided polygon, which is a dodecagon. Okay, so you can kind of choose or experiment with what type of polygonal structure maybe works best for you to connect multiple astral reality constructs into a grid like pattern. Essentially, I don't think it matters, you know, how many, what kind of structure you use. I mean, if you wanted to use a structure that had 444 sides to it, you can call it a 444 gon. I mean, honestly, you can. I mean, obviously, you can do whatever you want. Your consciousness, your creator being, you can structurize in astral matter when you combine your willpower and attention and knowledge and experience and all these types of things. You can create any kind of polygonal structures to build grids. The only thing, though, is, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the only thing is that you need to build an astral grid, you need to have a co-collective creational process. Co-collective meaning that it's multiple consciousnesses, different souls. So we're all creator beings. So it's essential that if you are building an astral grid, you have other people that you are building this with together. But it's not about controlling each other. It's not about one person is a overseer or a god to another. It's what it really is. The right way to do it is every individual reality construct within this grid has the same intentions, and it's we don't infringe on other people's free will. We stay positive, caring, and loving to each other. There's no bad or negative spiritual ego or ego with itself. I mean, you could have healthy ego. There's nothing wrong with healthy ego, ladies and gentlemen. It's the negative ego that creates the problem for people. So, in other videos, I mentioned how you can make your own astral reality constructs. Okay, and so you can do that too. I mean, you can be a cowboy or just solo and not go along with any kind of programming or reincarnation loops, or you just don't follow anything. And you just kind of go out into astral matter, and then you just pretty much make your own astral reality construct that you want to be occupied in, if it's longer term or if it's temporary, whatever the person's wanting. But it's definitely not infinite. So at some point that you do lose that astral reality construct. And then you go through other phases and other things, other experiences. But if you are like, you're set on wanting to just get out of all the matrices, all the bigger matrix, the smaller matrix, and you just want to have your own thing, you have to power that up with other co-creator beings. That's the secret. And you have to come together. Come together, unite your energies, unite your creator God abilities. And then what happens is when it comes together, right? And then what happens is that astral grid essentially evolves into its own dimensional space, dimensional plane. You're making your own plane, and that plane then starts to vibrate with its own frequency. And once it's vibrating in its own frequency, it is set. And then so all of the souls, or just you, I, just different consciousnesses that are in that astral grid, in those reality constructs, you just exist essentially there as long as you want to. Absolutely, as long as you want to. If you have enough reality constructs in one structure, and remember what I said, the design or structure, how does all the ARCs, how they link in to the astral grid network. You do it by finding the polygonal structure that resonates most with you, or the co-collective group of other creator beings that are building the grid together. Okay, so if you all come together and say, we want to use a hexagonal, shape, a six-sided shape, and this will be the way we interlink all of these different astral reality constructs into a grid pattern. If everyone's on the same page, then, ladies and gentlemen, what co-collective consciousness can do as co-collective creator gods, beings, is astonishing. It's amazing. But this dualistic reality construct we call this Earth Matrix, what we're in right now, is full of factors, external all kinds of stuff that keeps people divided and fighting and opposites and negative positives. It's so hard. I know we find love, we find friends, and there's connections in this world, but at the same time, it's this world, this place we're in isn't really strictly designed for evolution of consciousness and to let consciousness power up and also unite with other consciousness as other creator beings. So at the very most people are like, I'm getting out of the matrix, and then they're like thinking about how they're going to just do that on their own, basically. But the truth of the matter is, the truth of the energy, truth of the astral energy is that a co-collective group of consciousness, collectively, with the right steps, integration, experiences, all intentions, everything coming together, you can make your own dimensional space. You can make your own astral grid, where you have your own rule sets, your own ways of doing things. And if it's strong enough, and if that structure is strong enough, most things that are negative are not going to invade it or infiltrate it or get into it, or any like certain archon, AI archon parasites trying to go in and mess around with beings to create negativity within that world. It reduces the odds of that dramatically also. And there's other things. There's other things that can be done to strengthen the defense, the shielding mechanism of your astral grid. Let's see here. I'm at 13 minutes. So let's stop there. Comments below. I appreciate your time in watching this video. As you can tell, there's a lot of information up here, and there's a lot of other things to say too. But let's keep it as simple as possible, at least for now. All right, talk to you guys soon. Peace.